Hello, Millwall fans. Paul Eichel here. It's time for Chat with Chaps.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Sunday night live on Chat with Chaps. Look, we was hoping to be bringing you some really good news tonight after we went so close yesterday, but it wasn't to be. And look, they say time is a healer. Well, I don't know about you. I'm waiting for that time to kick in because I think talking to Angelo before, you start to get your head around it and then you get worse again and then it gets better, then it gets worse. So, look, we thought we'd come on tonight and sort of share our thoughts with you guys and also give everybody a chance to get it off their chest and hopefully come out of this looking forward to Tuesday rather than dwelling too much on yesterday. But look, helping me tonight, my co-hosts are needs no introduction now, is live from Angelo Analysis. It's Angelo Mialotta. Welcome, Angelo. Is that the right pronunciation? I'm not as good as Italian. Mialotta. Welcome, Angelo. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. It's I think although we didn't lose yesterday, we're all down in the dumps, and this is going to be therapy tonight, isn't it? It'll get us like just get our rage out and just try and make ourselves feel a little bit better. But yeah, it was a killer, mate. Honestly, obviously, I was at the game yesterday, and when I saw that ball hit the back of the net, I just wanted to puke. You heard all the seats getting smashed. Yeah, it was horrible, mate. Absolutely horrible.
Horrendous.
But listen, five unbeaten. We didn't lose. You've got to look at it at the positive, haven't you? So.
Look, we're going to come on to it, but it wasn't even last minute. It was last kick, literally, wasn't it? It was like, fuck, it couldn't be worse. Anyway, welcome, Angelo. Great to have you on tonight. And also joining myself and Angelo, and very, very welcome, is Mr. Greenie himself, Ben Green. Welcome, Ben.
Fellas, how are we?
Very good, thanks. How are you, more importantly?
I'm all right, mate. I'm going to try and keep a positive spin on tonight. You know me, mate. 100 points, 100 goals. I was going to save it to the end of the show, but I'll get it out there. Get it out there at the start, mate, to give everyone a bit of a smile. But, yeah, listen, it's always gutting when you lose, whether it's from a winning position, a drawing position, when you drop points in the very last kick. But, again, trying to be positive, any point on the road in the Championship is a good one. And as Angelo said, rather than it being 5 on the bounce, excuse me, in terms of winning, we're just 5 unbeaten. So, still positive, mate.
Brilliant. So not revised. It's not 98 points yet. It's still 100.
No, still very much. What did we say the other day, Angelo? You did the fact check, didn't you? Still, what was it, 102 points to play for? So what's that now? 100 points.
Oh, I think there was 125 to play for. I think it was.
I think that was in total. Was that not in total plus our 23 that we worked out?
How many games have we got left? 33, yeah? I don't need a calculator. 99 points to play for. I didn't need a calculator for that.
99 points to play for.
100 points, 100 goals, here we come. Right, guys, we'll have to crack on. Look, before I introduce some of the listeners, I will just quickly say again, look, anybody who's watching us for the first time, maybe some Oxford fans who want to gloat on their late point yesterday, look, do us a favour, please like and subscribe, particularly subscribe, because everything we do on this podcast is for the Cancer Research Charity. So every single penny that is made goes to that charity and is obviously money really well spent. So it's free of charge to do. Please do so. I'd also like to mention VR Spectrum, our sponsor, which again, Chris has mentioned before, all the money that was donated by very kindly donated by VR Spectrum was straight into the Cancer Research Fund. So thank you very much to those guys. And I think you'll hear more about those as we go through the coming weeks. Look, I'm just going to quickly say hello to some of our listeners. I'm going to really rattle through, guys, because we want to do about an hour tonight. Because I know Angelo wants to get off and watch the rerun of Strictly before the night's out. So, Bobby, he's been on nice and early. Bobby T, great to see you, Bobby. Thanks for joining us. A few messages already. Chris Brown, regular. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Great to see you on. Carl Bracey, evening, Carl. Good to have you on. Friend of the show as well, Jeff Chandler. Welcome, Jeff. Great to have you on. Dave Turner, good evening to you. Is that the governor is on there? Is that right? Yeah.
No, that was I was replying to Bobby T about the analysis video. It'll be out first thing in the morning.
Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah. Thanks, Angelo. Well done. There's my mate, Jeff Cook. Well, everybody's mate, Jeff Cook. Jeff will be watching Strictly. So thanks, Jeff, for Holden coming on here. Bobby on again there. Lee J. Staines, I think that is. Yeah, welcome, Lee. Lee Joy Staines, sorry. Thanks for joining us. Sean Bolger, welcome, Sean. Barry Langley. There's my man, Carl Bracey. Disco, that's me, Carl. Thank you. Rob Malden, welcome, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. Monica Jones, thanks for coming on, Monica. Is that Stephen's relation? Yes, is that Mrs. Jones? Welcome, Mrs. Jones. There's a song there, isn't there, Angelo?
You're the disco man. You're the music man.
Welcome, Brownie. Hassan, yeah, thanks for coming on, Hassan. Nice to have you on tonight. Mark Murphy, welcome and thanks for coming on. No One Likes Us is on as well. Thanks for joining us. There's a lot of messages. George is there. Thanks for joining us, George. And Sam Jones, I'm not sure. Is that another Jones or is that a different?
James, I think that is, mate. James.
Oh, is that James? Sorry, excuse me. The glasses are not working. So welcome, Sam James. Lots and lots of people listening. Husey there to come on. Oh, my God, they're flying in. Sig, what's that one? Sig Beffy. Evening, chaps. Miss Bex, though. Yes, we all do. I think she's going to be back later this week, though, Sig Beffy. So don't worry about that. Right, guys, I will just say with regards to the chat, look, I might not get all your messages up. I'm not as au fait with this as Joe and some of the other guys on this. So I'll do my best to put your comments up. But please don't be offended if they're not shown. But as we've said previously, we do listen. We do read them all and respond to them if we can. Look, guys, we're obviously going to do a bit of a review of the Oxford game as much as we possibly can do, going through the whole team, how we think everybody played and what maybe changes we'd make. Look, I think we need to look at the injuries again, a couple of key injuries yesterday, which are really killing us right now. So we'll look at that. And then we'll look forward to the Birmingham game. So if you are going to put some comments in, please wait for those sections and I can put your comments up in relation to those sections. But look, it would be absolutely wrong of us not to start with the absolute key news today, or yesterday, was that King Coops, Juicy Jake, Super Cooper, whatever you want to call him, played his 400th league game for Millwall yesterday. 400 league games. And for me, was man of the match yesterday in my mind, and real choker that he didn't actually get the winning goal with a poacher's goal right out the textbook of a striker. So look, it'd be right for us to have a little bit of a chat about Juicy Jake first and foremost. So Angelo, do you mind kicking us off? Got some thoughts on Juicy?
Do you know what, mate? Right, if we'd have won yesterday, someone could have done a redo of, the Gregory to Morrison, the commentary. We could have done Kramer to Cooper, in the same sort of fashion, because it would have been so beautiful for Cooper to have scored the winner yesterday on his 400th appearance. It was literally written in the stars that he was going to get the winner, and bloody Rowett, the bastard, comes along and ruins the script, doesn't he, basically? But no, I messaged in our group. I watched all of that content that Millwall TV put on this morning on Cooper. I think it's like 25 minutes worth, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I thought it was brilliant, mate. It was like, you know, when Cooper's sitting there and all the messages are coming from like the ex-players, it nearly brought a tear to my eye, you know, and it makes you understand. There's been all these like, you know, it comes up quite often, doesn't it? He's not a captain material. He's too quiet on the pitch, blah, blah, blah. But when you see all them messages from all these people within the club and like respective figures, you can really see why he is the captain of the club, you know. You know, he leads by example. He does all the extra gym work. He watches everything he eats. You know, he's a machine, you know, that you can count almost on one hand in 8 years how many games that he's missed for the club. And there's no two ways about it. He is a club legend, mate. 400 appearances. And because he keeps himself so fit and because, you know, he looks after himself, there's no reason why he can't hit the 500, the 6. I think he's got to get over 600 to beat Barry Kitchener.
You
know, and he said it as well. He said, would they name a stand after me? I think, we should, you know. Beautiful content from Millwall TV. I applaud you. And Jake Cooper, mate, you are an absolute legend. And, thanks for everything you do for the club. You can tell he loves the club, and I'm sure he will finish his career at the club. And I think we're lucky to have him. And we've said it before, haven't we? You know, sometimes we don't give him the credit he deserves, but every opposition absolutely shit scared of Jake Cooper. They always bring him up. Watch Jake Cooper. You know, he's brilliant guy, brilliant player, and club legend, mate.
You're right, Angelo. You've said that before about opposition pinpointing him as a danger, and they do. They say it, don't they, in their commentaries after the games? And look for anybody who hasn't got Millwall TV. They've done some interview. Well, do you want to share what they've done, Angelo? So,
I think
some of them online. Some online as well.
Yeah, I think there is a 6-minute one on the Twitter feed, which is more or less. Yeah, and the 12-minute one is just a few more ex players like. But really, if Millwall are watching this, they should put that out free for everybody to see.
Yes,
because it is so important, and it needs to be seen by every single fan, not just the ones that pay their subscription. Really, really, really enjoyed it, and it nearly brought a tear to me.
It really is a choker, and I think he was quite choked up when he was some of the comments.
It's so humble, isn't it? It's so humble, mate. So humble.
Bomo really gave him a glowing thought. Ben, anything to add to that on Coops, or your thoughts on Coops?
Yeah, do you know what? It was actually something that Jonesy and I spoke about in our monthly review, and I gave him a shout out to say just how much he goes under the radar and how underappreciated he is. And then they put out that montage, and just echoing what Angelo just said. Listen, I think it's always similar when you sign a player and you go to look at sort of fans' views on that player. Ex-players, ex-managers that are in that montage just speaking so highly of the bloke. And listen, 400 appearances at centre-half in a physical league like the Championship is his availability and his sturdiness is incredible, because he's a physical centre-half, right? And he doesn't pull out of a header attack or anything like that. And his availability for the club's just been unreal, isn't it? He's barely missed a game in his tenure with us. Angelo said it again. Jonesy and I spoke about it. Is he teetering on the legend words? And in my eyes, he definitely is. Be an interesting debate. Let us know in the comments what you think. Whether you class him as a legend? But listen, everyone said amazing things about him. And again, just touching upon what Angelo said there about, I think his captaincy has been questioned at times, because he's not a bollocker on the pitch, is he? He's not sort of you don't see him screaming and shouting at players, but you can clearly then hear from what the players were saying about how professional he is off the pitch and how serious he takes his job, which you'd expect obviously from a professional footballer. But I think when you hear it from other professionals to say it, that normally means he's sort of above and beyond. But look, absolute for me, in my eyes, he's a legend of the club, an unbelievable servant. Will he get to that 60? What is he, 30 now? It'd be great if he could get another 100, 150, wouldn't it? But just unbelievable, really. For as I say, his availability for the club's just been. There can't be many other players and many other teams that have played as many games or been available as much as Coops has. So delighted he got his goal yesterday. And again, just echoing what Angelo said, just gutting it wasn't for a winner. But yeah, delighted for him, and yeah, very, very nice touch and amazingly put together by the club.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Well done, the club, on a real good tribute. Even, ladies from the office and the, the managers from the training ground and that's giving comments. And she quoted the lady on there that, I've never been asked to do this for any player before, so it was pretty special. And is that right? Is that a right stat? He he played 136 consecutive or something like that. 130.
I'm sure I think he's got the league record, isn't he, for consecutive appearances for an outfield player in a championship or something.
Phenomenal.
I'm sure I saw that when he broke it. But yeah.
Wait, and also, do you remember when he dislocated his arm? He just wanted to carry on playing. Yeah, he didn't want to come off.
He was only out. He was only out a week or two, wasn't he? Missed a game or two and played with light still. I think Carl Bates said on X today that he quoted all that and said, look, in a nice way, and I know he meant it in a nice way. He's a freak, or a unique freak, I guess, in terms of what he does is just off the scale, So huge tribute. Second highest scoring centre back as well from George there. I didn't know that actually, George. So thanks for that stat. Keep them coming in, guys. One look, I think we're all agreed, a really great servant to the club. Still lots more to come from him. I know he's divided opinion at times because of his style. I think he can sometimes come across as a bit slow and a bit sluggish, and he certainly he's got the turning speed of a cargo ship, hasn't he, at times. But I think he's very underrated, as has been said in the compliments to him. And I think Chris gave him some glowing compliments as well in his post-match review. But no, well done, Juicy, and please keep up the good work. And guys, just one quick one from each of you. Start with you, Angelo. What's your main memory of Juicy Jake? What's your biggest ever memory?
I think it was the chest stroke handball goal against Everton. Well, that was brilliant. That night was incredible. Yeah. That's like one of the best nights at the Den ever. And yeah, when he scored,
and Bomber telling him to take it off the screen.
Yeah, I think that and that brilliant last-minute winner in that blue kit, in that like sky blue kit at Sheffield United as well. Yeah, unbelievable.
Absolutely. You, Ben, any difference to that?
Angelo's just stole it with his second one. Yeah, Sheffield United for me. I remember I was down the front. I was on my own, and when it hit the back of the net, if you scroll along long enough, you'll see me running down the front on that video on my own, giving it some. And when he got it, I was going, "Please don't fucking shoot, Coops." And he jabs it in the top corner.
Do you know? I always remember that celebration because he runs up to this girl and the girl puts her hand right at the back of his head as if she's going to kiss him. Yeah, it's a really weird celebration, but yeah, brilliant. That was brilliant.
Next time, it wasn't Ben. It wasn't Ben going to kiss him, was it?
I would have kissed him.
Actually, might have been Ben with a wig on or something.
No, I just had longer hair than Angela.
Gents, just out of curiosity, good point there from Hassan. Any idea how much? I think I've got an idea how much we paid for him. Any ideas or guesses?
Can't remember off the top of my head, mate. I had sort of 500k in my head, but I can't remember.
I've got 300, I'm just thinking it was really cheap. I might be wrong. I think 3 to 5. Guys, put in the chat, please, if anybody knows. Please put your comments in, and please put your thoughts on your best Coops moments. There's a couple there that we've given you. I'm with Angelo. The Everton game for me was the lasting one, but he's had many, mainly goals for us, special goals, and that one at Sheffield was particularly good. So, look, great news.
Disco 400k, mate.
So in the middle, yeah. 400k, pretty decent business, wasn't it? And Bomber talks about he went up to Everton to watch him, didn't he? He said in must have been a youth game or a reserves game, and within 10 minutes he said we need to sign him. So and I think we got him on loan first, didn't we? And then bought him. So
he actually got sent off really early doors. I was against the Leicester game, wasn't it? The Leicester game, we won 1-0. That great atmosphere game. He got sent off in that game, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did.
That was a great game as well. What an atmosphere that day as well.
Oh, we've had some.
I think we beat the league champions, didn't we? They were the league champions.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic. So, Juicy Jake on Strictly. Now, that would be something to watch, Jeff. Yeah. I won't mind that. That would be good to see. Somebody's saying there, Southampton have sacked Will Steele. Hot off the press, guys. No big surprise, really, but apparently Will Steele has been sacked. So,
that's a bummer because we got them soon, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you said, Ben, didn't you, on your monthly review and looking forward.
Yeah, listen. They can't have been as bad as they have been without him getting the sack, right? So, did they get beat by yesterday? Preston at home, yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're doing all right, but they can't be getting beat by Preston at home, can they?
No, there you go, guys. Look, shows we're live. We're even getting a breaking news on Chat with Chaps as well. Can't be bad. But look, we don't want to dwell too much, but let's go back on. We've talked about Juicy yesterday, and look about his achievement yesterday of 400 games. Let's have a little chat about his performance and maybe the back five, and we'll go through the team as well. So, Ben, do you want to kick us off? How did you think he and the back five fared yesterday?
Sorry, mate, I missed the first bit. Who just the back Juicy, five in general?
Yeah, and Juicy himself,
yeah. Listen, his goal. What unbelievable movement it was, by the way, just to peel off the centre half and anticipate the keeper parrying it out. Yeah. So. Not only is he great defensively, but it was an unbelievable. I know it looks easy on when you see it on the replay, but he anticipates the keeper parrying it out, so he did really well. Yeah, listen, he was his usual self. I think unanimously, everyone's agreed it wasn't Sturgey's best performance. I think he struggled a bit yesterday. I thought Leonard did well, and I've seen, again, conflicting online, and Angelo, you were obviously there, so you're probably a better place to comment, but some people giving Crocombe some stick for certainly the second goal, I thought was harsh. I thought he made some decent saves as well. I said it already, mate. For me, he has to stay in goal. He just gives me confidence. Even when I tried to word this with Jonesy the other day, and even when he doesn't, when he comes out and sort of doesn't get near it, I'm still confident that he's going to get there. Does that make sense?
He's not flapping, Ben, is he?
He's not.
He's assured. I know what you mean.
He instills me with confidence in goal. Listen, in my opinion, he couldn't do anything about it. Obviously, the first one couldn't get near that. It's an unbelievable strike, and the second one I think is harsh to put any sort of blame on him. But it was just a scrappy game, wasn't it? I thought, Sturgey was probably the worst game he's had in recent weeks, but listen, he's been brilliant really since he's come in. He's young, he's going to have bad games, so I'm certainly not digging him out. It just wasn't his best. The back five, I suppose. Listen, when you concede 2 goals, one's an absolute screamer and the second one is a great strike through bodies. We have defended relatively well. You look at the other half chances they had, and they were only really half chances, Disco. So defensively, I thought we did okay. It was more the midfield. I thought we lacked a bit of pressure and sort of energy in there. That we felt, again, this is only extended highlights that I've seen. It just seemed like we got a little bit overrun at times in midfield. And from listening to what you guys had said yesterday, Angelo, in the chat, it seemed like that was the case from being there. So, defensively, the back five, I thought they did okay, Matt. And, Juicy took his goal really well.
Yeah, he did. I must admit, I was praying when it went in. I wasn't sure who it was at first, believe it or not, because I was watching on an iPad, and I was hoping it was the Serb, to be honest, because I thought that's just what he needs, and nice little lucky one like that. But he was just on the other side of him, wasn't he? But great anticipation, like you say. And a great shot from Kramer, wasn't it? To be fair, in those conditions, really good shot from him, and and put the keeper under pressure and created the goal. But anything to add on that from your perspective, Angelo?
Yeah, I've got to admit, I was one of the people that thought that Crocombe could have done better for the second goal. So when I was in the stadium, it didn't look like he had his arm completely stretched out, and I thought, could he have done better? But in hindsight, especially when I've done my analysis video earlier on today, and I've had a proper look at it, I don't think he could have saved it. I don't think he could have saved that second goal. It was just right in that corner. The first goal, he has got no chance. There's no goalkeeper in the world that is going to save that shot. And then the second one, I was a little bit harsh on him. And he had a good parry in was it the second half? He had a couple of, he done it was a really strong shot and he parried it away. But yeah, like Ben said, I feel more comfortable with him in goal. And I don't blame him for any of the goals after reviewing it. Cooper was brilliant. Kramer was brilliant. I thought Leonard was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And I'm one of the few people that I thought Sturge done all right. Now, a lot of people are blaming Sturge for that second goal because he didn't guide the winger down the line, and then the guys cut in.
The first goal, you mean? Not
the first goal. Sorry, the first goal. The first goal. But there's I don't want to give spoilers out to my analysis video. Yeah, there's worse errors than that where we could have stopped that guy from taking that shot. But it comes out tomorrow. It's really worth a watch, the analysis video tomorrow, because there's loads and loads of stuff that I picked up on that I didn't realise at the game. There's stuff on the Serb, on Ivanovic. I found stuff on Imaku again. You'll be surprised what I found on the winning goal as well, how that could have been avoided. It was an eye-opener when I've done that today. So I do recommend everyone watch it. But yeah, I thought the whole back four was fine, mate. And they were two worldy shots, but they could have been stopped. They could have been stopped. But
yeah. Look, you can always say, you can do better with goals and what have you. Just staying on Crocombe first and foremost. There was also a sort of an inference that he should have done better with the free kick at the end. Well, I thought that looked a great save that he did. Did you see that on your analysis?
Again, I said to Stephen, that's a bog standard save. It's not. Yeah. It's a really good save because that Brannigan, he puts a lot of power on that. And it was a really good save, mate. Yeah, I was completely wrong. Me and Stephen was having a discussion after the game, and I was completely wrong, mate. It was a great save, I thought, and he's pushed it out, So
I think we're all agreed he's the right man in goal for now, isn't he? I think, look, for me, they were brilliant. As you say, Lenny, superb again for me, really solid. And look, shame he's got an injury, and we'll come on to injuries in a bit.
Just on Lenny, Disco, I was just going to say, not on the injury, mate. It was him who broke through late in the second half. That was my only criticism of Lenny yesterday, mate. Both of them, and Angelo, you might have picked up on this in your analysis. I think Lenny should pass it, and I think the Serb should be screaming at him to get it off him, and they did neither.
Do you know what, Ben? I've got a massive piece on that, mate. Yeah, you are 100% spot on, and this is where the Serb gets loads and loads of criticism from me. Yeah, and
as a centre forward, Angelo, in my opinion, he's got to be screaming at Lenny to get
100%. Listen, because we're discussing it, I hope you guys will watch it. What the Serb done wrong, is he's a striker. He has to look along the line, and he has to be on that line. He is 6-7 yards away from the line of where he should be. Like, he should be on the defender's shoulder. If he was on the defender's shoulder, then Lenny has got such an easy pass, and he's one-on-one. Now, because the Serb does not make that run, that is the only reason that Lenny has to shoot. And the pass to Barlow's not on. I looked at that as well. But it's really interesting, I'll show it on different angles and all that. I keep pausing it. Have a look at it tomorrow, guys. The Serb needs to make a run. If he makes the run, we go 3-1 up. The game is dead.
Yeah, he's static. Yeah. Again, I don't want to kill your piece, Andrew, but he's static. Yeah. He's doing nothing. By what he's doing nothing in that position. He needs, like you said, a bit of movement. Needs to be on the shoulder, or even 5 yards wider. So we've split them, and it opens that space up. But he just he does nothing. And as you say, actually, now you've said it, it actually forces Lenny into the shot because he doesn't move.
Yeah. Ben, when you see it tomorrow, mate, you'll be shocked at his positioning, mate. It's terrible.
Guys, Guys, look. Just finish on the defence. I'm coming back to that. Look, for me, I was a bit disappointed with Sturge yesterday. I thought he showed his inexperience, which I'll give him, understandably. I thought he got done a few times and defensively didn't look very solid. And for the first goal, the way the guy, it's on your analysis, Angelo, but the way he cut inside him was far too easy in my mind. But look, we're on the Serb. I know we're jumping ahead, but. Let's go with that. What's your overall views? What's going on with him, Angelo?
Mate, I think I speak for the whole fan base. We all love the guy. We all want the guy to do really, really well. We want to find the Mihailo that ended last season. Yeah, but there is something wrong. There is something wrong, and I don't know what it is. And sad for me to say, if I'm Alex Neil on Tuesday night, I'm putting the Serb on the bench, mate, and I'm going to start Langstaff because he's just not been at the races, mate. And how many games can you just allow him to not be at the races, you know? And maybe that might be the kick up the arse that he needs, you know, just a bit of time on the bench, give Langstaff his shot. And mate, we're in trouble with the strikers as well, you know. Lovelace has now started to train. Do we bring, Matthews in? And I don't know if Maku can play up front. I've heard rumours he hates playing up front, but I remember Maku playing up front once against Preston away, and he was unbelievable. He was
brilliant. Brilliant.
It's unbelievable. But if it's down to me, Tuesday night, I'm starting Langstaff, mate.
Yeah, it's interesting. Chris says in his review as well, doesn't he, that maybe it's time for a bit of Langstaff, which at first I'm like, no way, but actually... he's not earning his place at the minute, is he, the Serb? I do think he's doing more than we're probably giving him credit for. And I think defensively, Alex Neil would probably say he's quite crucial as well. But that's not what we've got a striker for, is it? You know,
also, Disco, I was astounded yesterday that Alex Neil didn't bring him on at 80 minutes, Langstaff, because he's going to be chasing around. Yeah, I was really, really surprised that he kept the Serb on.
Yeah, really I'd agree. Ben, what's your thought? Well, Ben, and add into your thoughts. Chris said in his comments, in his review, is it that Mihailo actually just had a bit of a purple patch at the end of last season and really is more basic than we really realise, or is he out of form? Where's your head with that?
Listen, I was very critical before he then turned into a prime R9, so I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt and just say he's out of form. But I'm very much with Angelo. We can't... Was it one goal, 1 assist in 12 games for him now? Listen, I know you're going to... There's the argument of he does a lot off the ball. He's more physical probably than Langstaff, but we need more than what he's given us at the moment. And as I say, I'll put it this way, if that's Langstaff in that opportunity with him and Lenny at the end of the game, I'm more confident that Langstaff would have made the right run, in even having not seen Langstaff for however many games, because he's got that bit more of a sort of a natural. I don't say Ivanovic isn't a natural finisher, but I'd anticipate him to make the right run there. There's an effort concern from me, and I thought that QPR game would have been the kick up the arse. I think prior to that, he hasn't done what I've wanted him to do sort of off the ball. If you're not scoring, you at least need to run your nuts off and go for a brick wall. And at times, it doesn't even seem like he's... I don't want to say he's not interested. I don't mean that at all. But he doesn't do those off-the-ball things that you kind of really want him to do. If Coburn was fit, I would have no hesitation and he wouldn't be starting for me. He'd be on the bench and Coburn would be starting because he is just not in form. So... listen, we can't write him off, mate. I think he's having a tough time of things. Would I make the change on Tuesday? Possibly. I don't mind the Maku down the middle thing. If he doesn't want to play there, that's obviously an issue. But we need more from him than what he's given us at the minute.
Yeah.
Disco,
go on.
Can I something you said earlier, right? You said was it luck what he done last season? Yeah. I don't think you can be lucky and score 12, 13 championship goals. Yeah. I do agree with that. I don't think you can be lucky.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You can be lucky to score 1 or 2.
And the types of as well, Angela. I mean, the goal at Luton, you can't... That's not a flash in the pan, is it? No. I mean, it's an unbelievable goal. Things like that. Well, it is one we'll chuck out, and I'm sure it'll be a discussion point later. But is it? Listen, RBW did give him a lot of his opportunities towards the end of the season. Is it because we're not creating the right sort of chances for him? There could be an argument made there as well, fellas. So, listen, it might not be his sort of issue. It might be a play style issue for him, and he's not getting the same sort of opportunities that he did the back end of last year.
And also, he's desperate. He's desperate to score. Now, sometimes in life, when you get a lot of pressure on you, some people can react to pressure, but some people can crumble under pressure. And I think he's the latter, mate. I think he's struggling with the pressure of having to get goals. You know, I'm the same as you, Disco. I thought it was him that scored that second goal, and I was hoping it was him as well, just to give him that lift.
It would have been great for him. He'd pray for a chance like that, wouldn't he? But look, it's good. We've got interesting debate in there. Jeff Chandler was quoting and saying, "Look, let's remember he's 20 years old. You know, he's having a bit of a rough time at the moment." And then there's other people saying, I think somebody else said Harris was right. He's not good enough for the championship. I think I'm in your camp, Angelo. You don't get 12 goals last year, do you? And be lucky to get that. Yeah. He's got something. Is it the system that's not working for him? Is it his form? I don't know. And part of me, do we persevere with him, or do we make a change now? And much as I don't think Langstaff will offer us a huge amount more, it can't be less right now, can it? You wouldn't think so. Maybe that is something that Alex can consider. And I was really surprised he didn't give him 10 minutes or more yesterday.
Yeah, I was as well.
Just to rest the BFS, you know, because look, with 3 games, you know, interesting. But yeah, look, lots of comments coming in. Thanks for that, guys. Ben, sort of give us a bit of an overview of the rest of the anyone else praise or could have done better yesterday, midfield and up front?
You're on mute, mate. You're
on mute, Ben.
Sorry, fellas. I've seen his name pop up, and it's just someone I wanted to call out because I'm struggling with him. It is Negley. We're in those tight physical games, which a lot of the championship games are, certainly away from home, but even more so when you're playing a Gary Rowett's Oxford side. I'm struggling with him, chaps. I've called out for him to play in the 10. I just don't see him working out as a winger for us because he hasn't got the pace. When he gets on the ball, he can't sort of drive us up the pitch. So I don't want to be negative with this, but just with him, even when you sort of think, oh, Femi's gone off, here's your chance again, Camille, come in and show us what you're made of. And he... Again, Anzo, you were there. So you don't sort of see everything, but like he wasn't involved in a single sort of highlight that I saw. He wasn't involved in sort of any good passages of play. Even late on in the game when we are breaking, he isn't up there. He's come on as a sub. And he's just one I'm struggling with, fellas. And I don't know what your view is with Negley. And I say I've called out for him to be in the 10, but yeah, I certainly don't see his future with us as a wide player.
Well, to answer Ben's question, when Negley come on the wing, everyone around me, get that CUNT off. He's useless. Everyone, the whole fan base was like, just get him off. He's useless. Blah 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 blah. When Billy Mitchell came on, and then we moved him to the 10, it was within the fan base, it was the opposite. Everyone was raving about him. When he got into that 10 position, we saw a massive improvement. So what I would say to Ben is, if you're going to play him on the wing, don't even bother playing him. Just don't play him on the wings. Yeah. If you're going to put him in a 10, then let's give him 2, 3, 4 games in a 10 consistently. Because I feel I'm not a big Cundall fan. I don't think Cundall creates enough. I think if you left Negley in the 10 for 2, 3, 4 games, we would get more creativity than we would with Cundall. So I would like to see Negley on Tuesday start in the 10, and I'd like to see him have a run of games there. Because at the end of the day, Smallbone's not going to be back for a while. Cundall, I'm just not a Cundall fan. I just haven't really created. He missed a blinding opportunity yesterday, which is not on the highlights, by the way. So on the wings, no. Don't want him there on the wings, but Negley in a 10, yes. Let's play him in a 10. Yeah.
I think for me yesterday, it really rubber stamped that he's not a winger. And when he went in the 10 role, which a lot of you've said and a lot of saying in the chat, he was much, much better. Surprised, Ben, you saying you didn't see him feature at all on the highlight. He was involved, most definitely. Not necessarily created a chance, but was involved in the build-ups, definitely.
I seem to remember, again, just going back to him being in the 10, Disco, at Derby away last year, he played in the 10 and he did really well. So I know his interview with Chris early on in the season, he said, I sort of play in that inside forward position, don't I? That's where I want to be, is just off the wide player. But again, is he someone that's sort of suffering from our play style, if you like? And we're not seeing the best of him. But yeah, he's just someone I'm struggling with at the minute. I want, like all of us, I just need and I want more from him.
And Ben, 3 million plus we've paid for him. You know, that's big money. We're not wrong to want more, are we? You know,
no, exactly,
100%. So, and what about any other sort of notable mentions in midfield? How did you think Del Boy did yesterday?
Talk to me. Just go.
Well, I was Ben, but Ben, do you want to do that first?
I'll go, mate. Yeah, I think. Again, don't dig people. It's probably his worst performance for us. I think it bypassed him a little bit yesterday. From what I saw, again, Anjo's probably better placed because he saw the whole game. But I thought it was his, one game that sort of bypassed him. It seemed like, and again, from listening to what everyone else said. So, Anjo's probably one for you, mate, rather than me. But as I say, from what I'd heard and seen, it was one of his lesser performances so far from us.
Yeah, before Angelo, sorry, before you do go on, can we just ask everybody in the chat, can we put a stop to all this nonsense of Joe Zampa being picked for Tuesday night's game, whether that's in up top or in the Del Piero role? There is no place for Joe on Tuesday. He's going to be there, but he's going to be in the stands. So let's put a stop to that, please, everybody. But over to you, Angelo.
Yeah, I agree with Ben. I think that was probably Del Boy's quietest game. I like Del Boy, and I've said it to a few people. I reckon this time next year he's going to be an unbelievable player. But the difference when Billy come on was humongous. Yeah, you know, when Billy come on for Del Boy, the whole game changed. Billy, do you know what it was like yesterday? Right, when Aziz got injured, it was like everyone was flat. The fans went flat. The players went flat. And then obviously I said to Joe, I said, we just need to get to half time here. And Alex Neil needs to regroup them. And then they score in the bloody 44th minute, whatever it is. Yeah. And then I felt that up until Billy come on, when Billy come on and then we moved Negley to the 10, the whole game changed, mate. I forgot about Aziz and we were attacking and there were some nice little moves, some nice little touches. We didn't create, massive chances, but even Gary Rowett said it in his post-match. He said they looked to threat, and we did. I felt that we looked to threat, and that was Billy and that was Negley just lifted everybody. So, he didn't do anything massively wrong, Del Boy. Just it was a quiet game. And you know what it is? I feel like Del Boy needs to work on his urgency, just needs to react quicker. He's a little bit too laid back. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when Billy come on, he was like he was like a headless chicken. Do you know what I mean? He was like wiping people out. Yeah. He's not. That's it. He's not busy enough. Disco. Del Boy's not. That's the only criticism. He's not busy enough. Yeah.
I'll give Stephen his due. I think I'm not sure what show it was, but old Jonesy, where I think he suggested, I think it must have been last midweek, where he said he felt maybe if we did make any changes, it would be Billy and Casper in the middle against Oxford, and then put Del Boy in against Birmingham, where we might not have the ball as much, So maybe Stephen was a better judge there than Alex Neil. But look, I think the balance. I don't think Del Boy was terrible. It just wasn't as good a game as he's played recently. Same as Zach Sturge as well, I think. So
can we just make sure that last sentence doesn't make the final cut, Disco, and this Jonesy never gets to hear that he's a better judge.
Yeah. Good point. So you shouldn't have even raised. You shouldn't have even.
Chris, if you're listening, edit that out, please.
Hang on, look. He's as soon as his name's mentioned, he's in the chat.
I'll take it back. Is that nice comment?
He's in the chat.
Oh, here he is, man.
Too late. Tactical genius. Yeah, not quite, Stephen, but no, I think that might have worked quite well. But yeah, look, Billy, I thought came on and was brilliant, and all the comments are that he was brilliant. However, and we won't steal your thunder of your analysis, Angelo, again, but possibly at fault for the second goal, Billy, or could have done better.
You just can't give away cheap free kicks on the edge of the box in the 97th minute with a guy who's a free kick specialist. Do you know what I mean? You can't do it. There was no need to make that foul. It is a foul. It is a foul, mate. Yeah, it is a foul. Yeah, it is.
Sure.
I looked at it a few times.
He gave him a decision to make. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And he didn't need to. Kasper had it covered, didn't he? It looked like. Yeah.
And we just never recovered from that free kick, mate. We just never recovered from it.
But he didn't do well trying to block the shot, did he? He sort of turned his back, Billy. Where I think you've just got to front that up and take one in the head or the balls or whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised Billy would turn his back. He's the sort of player that would take it in the balls, you know.
Just spur of the moment, innit?
Yeah, it's a natural instinct, isn't it? You know, even Kasper on the first goal, he turns his back as well. It's just a natural instinct.
Yes.
And, I was having this discussion with Joe in the car. You know, Joe's. He said to me, "That's one thing I never used to do. I would never turn my back. If it hits me full in the face or in the balls, it does. You know, but it is a natural instinct to just turn away."
It's a certain player in it that doesn't, you know, there are certain ones who just front it up always and then let it hit anywhere, you know. Angelo, question for you there, look, on the chat. Do you want to just answer that?
The analysis, I think Chris is putting the analysis out at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I think it comes out, honestly, it's definitely worth a watch because I saw so much stuff in there. It's the most detailed one that I've seen, like, where things could have been done better, you know. It was... it's a bit longer than I normally do but it was a good one.
We will come back to that, Bobby. Actually, don't worry, we're not avoiding the ref. I know a lot of people were very frustrated with the ref yesterday, including myself. But look, let's just finish off on the players. Any other players of note, either starters or subs that you
just to answer Jones's question, Stephen? You missed it, mate. Yeah, we did discuss that at length actually. So just rewind at the beginning, and you'll get that. Yeah,
so anyone else worthy of mention? How did Ballo getting his first goal?
Nice for Ballo. Yeah, I didn't think he'd get his first goal with a header. But,
amazing.
Just so sad about Aziz, mate. You know, before he got injured, he just every time he gets the ball, you feel like something's going to happen. You know, and he was devastated, mate. It was the shirt over the head. I watched him walk down a tunnel. He punched the side of the wall in the tunnel. So I think it does look like it's going to be a few months the way he reacted. You know. But I think we covered everybody, didn't we? Is there
Ben, anything to finish off on yesterday's game, or should we look before we get on to the injuries? We'll go on to Femi, the link from Angelo there.
I think just going into that, mate. If you want me to start with that, please, I'm happy to. But listen, I'm just absolutely gutted for him because he's been in absolute form of his life. Angelo's interview was you could tell he was buzzing just playing for the club, and as I say, he's been in an absolute form of his life for us. And then from our perspective, I have no doubt that he was heading towards being the best winger in the league. So if we are going to lose him for a couple of months, it's just I've said it before. I don't know what the reasoning is, but behind us getting so many injuries, muscle injuries, and things like that. I don't want to start conspiracy theories, but I mean, it's just getting ridiculous now. And I know people have mentioned sort of our play style and the amount of pressing that we do sort of off the ball and things like that. But you can't tell me that the other clubs in the league don't have the amount of injuries that we do. It just seems like ridiculous. And it's always to key players or players that are in form. And it's just, listen, I'm gutted for him and I'm obviously gutted for us because I have no doubt that he would have just, I don't say fired us to the top of the league, but would have certainly kept us in and around this where we are now. And you just we've spoken about a couple of players now that might potentially come in. And I think I had a look earlier. Idemo, what's he got? No goals, no assists this year. Negley can only be on a couple of each at very most. And Femi comes back in and he's, 5 in 5 games, whatever it was. And it just tells you the level of quality that he's got, mate. And we're just going to miss that terribly. But from his perspective, as I said, Angelo saw him punching the tunnel and he must have been absolutely gutted because he is in the form of his life.
Absolutely. And I'm with you on the Look, we don't want to be conspiracy theorists, but I think if it is hamstring, which there are hints that it is, or that sort of region, that's got to be the third or fourth this season, isn't it? That we of first teamers that we've had out. That's pretty unheard of, isn't it? Now we might be really, really unlucky, but I know a lot of people are starting to question, should we be investigating it more? Yeah.
Disco, at the game, me and Joe, we noticed that he was before he went down, he was rubbing the top of his front of his thigh. Because like Joe said to me, look, looks like he's got a problem. And like, I joked around. I said, no, he's just tucking in his old boy. It's probably just flopped out. He's tucking it back in. But we did notice that he was rubbing the top of his thigh. And then literally about 3-4 minutes later, then he goes down. So I'm not sure it was a hamstring, mate. It might be like a thigh muscle issue. But I don't know. But me and Joe did notice that he was rubbing his thigh before he went down.
Well, look, hopefully George has put in there Aziz out for 3 weeks, Lenny 12 weeks, which will come on to Lenny, but 3 weeks for Aziz would be pretty decent. So, and a 1 week of that would be an international break, wouldn't it? So that would be handy. And then somebody else has put Aziz, depending on severity, could be 2 to 6 weeks. So I don't know if these are facts, guys, or whether you're in the know, or whether you're saying that's what you.
I would hope a thigh strain is going to be a lot less than a hamstring, isn't it? So, yeah. And no doubt, me and Joe saw him rubbing the top of his thigh, mate. I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh right.
So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It is.
Yeah. Evening, Bex. You was your fan club was on earlier, asking where you were, so you're in the chat. So nice to see you
massive
there.
Following already.
Welcome. Yes, she has indeed. So, yeah. Look, really, just you couldn't make it up, could you, Al? But I tell you what, I was really, and you've mentioned it, Angelo, already. It really seemed to knock everybody, Femi, as well, didn't it? Which is understandable, maybe for a few minutes, but it seemed to rock us for the rest of the half, didn't it?
Yeah,
Everybody went flat. And the team have got to buck up and realise, look, we're not a one-man team. And when you get a blow like that, you've got to knuckle down and get on, which luckily we did second half, I felt, which was good. But they're obviously going to have to be without him for the next few games. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in and maybe come on to that. But Lenny's seems quite serious as well then. Any news on Lenny's?
Yeah, he just went down. I thought it was cramp. And then... then they just cart him off. But it'd be very interesting. Whoever posted the 12 weeks and 3 weeks, have you got some inside information?
Yeah.
Because normally it'd be like a scan on a Monday, wouldn't it? Normally, if you have got some inside information.
It was George, wasn't it, who said that?
Yeah, George is in the know. Let us know, George. Yeah.
But you're right, Lenny as well. I mean, a lot of people are saying if Lenny hadn't gone down, we wouldn't have played as much injury time. But in fairness, guys, if he's injured, he can't.
Do you know what, though, Disco? Do you know the concerning thing, Disco, mate, is that since Aziz has been with us, he always does pick up little niggles, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has had.
And sadly, apart from last season, I think Leonard always, normally picks up his little niggles, but. It was interesting because obviously when we done the interview with Femi, he said he's moved closer to the training ground, so he's less time in the car. He's doing things to make sure. So it's so gutting that after he says that he pulls up with an injury. But
unbelievable.
But yeah, so we've also got Doughty out, haven't we? I've heard that's not a long-term thing. That's a couple of weeks or so.
Again.
Yeah, I think he dropped a pint on his foot or something.
Yeah. No, he got a swollen ankle, didn't he? He said in the under 21 game. Alex said after yesterday's game, and he expected him to be out, days rather than weeks. But whether he'll be fit for Tuesday, sounds like he might be available for Saturday, more likely. But we could do with him right now, especially with Femi being out injured, because I suppose we could utilise him on that wing as well, couldn't we? No doubt, but potentially, or certainly left or right wing, rather than a fullback role necessarily.
And Disco, obviously, I don't know how far away Danny Mack is, mate. He done 60 minutes the other day and said because hopefully if he can come back, if Lenny is gone for 12 weeks, then hopefully in a couple of weeks or after the international break, we could have Danny playing that role.
Yeah, Well, look, after being out that long, I'd be really surprised if he came in just yet. I think maybe after the international break, he might be a contender. Well, look, that's a great point. I think Joe mentioned in his comments, who would you start at right back Tuesday night? Ben, who would you go for? Would you bring in a right back, or would you look to put Kramer there, or Kramer at right back?
It's a tough one, isn't it? People talk about sort of Taylor and Coops being too similar. We lose that sort of bit of covering if Kramer goes to right back. I think for me, I would just play. I think Dean said it in the chat. For me, it would be the same team that ended the game yesterday. Would be the team I started with. So it'd be Wes at right back. And listen, Uncle Wes is not really ever let us down, has he? When he's come in, he's done well. So, ex Birmingham as well, Uncle Wes.
I think he did. I think he.
So that side of it might give him that extra 10% as well. So I think for me it'd be hard in. I know some people are adamant that Kramer's got to play right back, but for me, I think he's just got to stay at centre half. So Wes.
Yeah, Wes in at right back. Angelo, any different thoughts on that?
Not for me, mate. Not for me. For me, until Danny Mack is available, I will put Kramer at right back. And we've just paid £3 million for a centre half. Let's bloody give the geezer a go. He played against Crystal Palace. I thought he was brilliant. Yeah. Let's all remember, right, when Kramer was right back, he was a threat going forward as well, mate. So temporarily, till Danny Mack is ready, I'm putting Kramer at right back, and I'm going to bring Caleb Taylor in the team, mate. That's what I would do.
No, listen, it's really interesting and a great debate. We could have a whole show on that. Guys, put in the chat, would you go Kramer right back or Uncle Wes or another option? I'm torn. I'm really torn. I wouldn't like to be in Alex's shoes. Big part of me wouldn't want to shake up the centre-half pairing. Coops, again, didn't he, in his interviews today, has said how he's building a relationship with Kramer. Don't worry, Bex. He means a professional relationship and partnership on the pitch, not a couple's relationship. But to break that up, I think would be really dangerous. You imagine Taylor coming in and having a nightmare, and then it would really tough for the guy, wouldn't it? But at the same time, Angela, you've nailed it. We've paid good money for him. He should be good enough, and he was good enough at Palace, wasn't he?
Yeah. But also, I don't mind this. I don't mind this, mate.
Yeah.
This one, play free at the back. I don't mind that as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, won't it?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if we do that. And then who would be right wing back then? Play Kramer at right wing back, Sturge left wing back, Cooper in the middle with Taylor. I would play three at the back. Kramer as right wing back, Sturge left, Cooper in middle three, Taylor on left. So who would? Oh, Grant. Sorry, I've missed in Grant. Yeah, bring in Grant. Wow. Right. Look, another great option, Rob, and it could be a lot of change, though, that, isn't it? Do you not feel?
It is, but what you do, mate? Coventry lost their first game on Friday because they lost 3 of their back 4, mate. They had to make 3 changes. They lost the game. I think teams it's that time of year where they're going to start picking up suspensions and injuries. We just got to try something, innit, mate?
Interesting.
It's a big loss. Lenny is a massive loss because you've been playing so bloody good, honestly.
So, but you, Angelo, you would prefer Kramer right back and bring in Taylor. Yeah. Then you're going Uncle Wes at right back. I think I'm in Ben's camp. I wouldn't mind either, but I think I'm in Ben's camp. I'm a little bit more concerned at too much disruption. And look, the 3 or 5 at the back as well that was mentioned is definitely an option.
Do you know what does it for me though, Disco, is purely because he's a great defender, Kramer, but when he was playing right back, mate, he was creating chances. Remember, he made the goal for Negley at Norwich.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to give us a little bit up the other end of the pitch as well, mate. which is a bit more than what Uncle Wes does. I love Uncle Wes, you know, he's Mr. Reliable, but I feel like with Uncle Wes, he does get beat quite a bit. Like Sturge gets beat every now and again. The same happens with, you know, and to have two of them, I don't know.
Yeah, difficult. It's a difficult decision.
That's why.
Listen, a quick one there. Big E's in the house. Evening, Big E. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the prompt. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Please like and subscribe. As we said, it's all great for the algorithms and helps us potentially get more money for cancer research. So thanks, Big E. Appreciate that. So any other thoughts on injuries, guys? Anything to add to the injury situation before we go on to the Birmingham game?
I think Alex Neil was making a really big point about he wanted to get into a rhythm of playing the same team, and this was only the first time ever this season that we played back-to-back same 11.
Yes.
And with our injury record, I just don't think it works with us because we just keep picking up injuries. It's like when Aziz comes back, you know, we've got to manage his minutes. You know, we've got to. These players that are a little bit, you know, quite pick up common injuries like your Leonards, and maybe we need to, like, you know, take them off sometimes at 60 minutes, give them the odd game off here and there, you know. Yeah, maybe we need to look at that. You know, with your Tristan Kramers and your Coopers who just battle through every game, no problem. But with the ones that do pick up the little niggles, maybe we need to manage their minutes a bit better.
Well, and you're right as well. It's like we've said about BFS earlier. It's a bit strange that he didn't get, like, at least come off at 75 or 80 minutes to rest him, let alone he wasn't really doing much, you know, to give him a breather, because that's when you're going to get niggles, isn't it, late in a game when you're tiring, you know?
Like this go, like I'm very concerned about Billy. Billy lately's been picking up little niggles as well, you know. Do we manage his minutes now? Although he was tremendous when he come on, and I want him to start against Birmingham, but yeah, maybe we have to manage his minutes as well, mate, you know. It's a tough one, really tough one, mate.
Not just on injuries, Disco. Sorry, just before we go into that.
No.
I was going to say, not on injuries, but someone actually just mentioned it about Birmingham possession stats.
Possession, yes.
Another game where we had more possession than the opposition and didn't win.
But you know the good thing, Ben? The Birmingham will have loads of possession on Tuesday.
That's what I was going to say, mate. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, complete opposite. But I think that's now our last 5 games where we've had more possession than the opposition in the league and we haven't won.
And not one. Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it? Yeah. I just, one thing I would want to say about yesterday, though, and I know a lot of people, absolutely including myself, really frustrated. I didn't get the impression it was typical Millwall blowing it, you know, last minute or last second, last kick, effectively. It felt to me we were very, very, very unlucky. Everything conspired against us, including Bobby T, you mentioned earlier, as I did a few others. Look, we don't like to just blame the ref necessarily, but he never gave us a sniff the whole game. Some of his decisions was bizarre. I don't know if you remember one. It was a minor one, but it epitomised it when Imaku literally got assaulted on the byline, and he just played on, just let him play on, and the guy take the throw in. You know, it was like ridiculous. And yet we went anywhere near them, and it was a free kick. You know, like the one that was given for just before the goal. But I felt we were very, very unlucky rather than typical Millwall bloody blowing it and, you know, backs to the wall and letting them gift them an equaliser. You in that camp, or do you think it was a bit of the bad old times for us?
It's terribly unlucky that, you know, Imaku tries to block the cross and then it ricochets off his shin and goes exactly to where there's one player who's not being marked that he can get a shot at goal. That is bloody unlucky, mate. Honestly, you know, when Imaku sticks his leg out, that ball can go anywhere. It can go anywhere. Where did it go? Straight to Plachetta, whatever his name is. That is so unlucky, mate. But
and he couldn't have hit it any better, could he? You know,
but when you watch my analysis tomorrow, you can see that we could have avoided that.
Well, look forward to that, guys. There's your call for tomorrow to watch Angelo's analysis for that. So, somebody saying there, didn't John John saying, didn't Lenny tear a calf last? He did, didn't he? He did.
Yeah, but then when he come back, he had a really long stint of playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done us proud this time, hasn't
Yeah.
he? You know, but as you say, a few long games for him. Although we haven't played all week, but look, just bad luck on that front for me. So look, we've gone over the hour, and we said we'd stick to an hour, but we'll try and clamp it down in the next 10 minutes or so. So look, let's go on to Birmingham then. We're expecting them to have a lot of possession, good side. They're going to be right up for it in terms of a great win for them at the weekend against Pompey, although Pompey aren't great travellers, to be fair, and they missed a penalty as well, got saved at 0-0 Birmingham, so it could have been 5, although they but Ben, you've got a really great stat for us of St Andrews, haven't you? You want to share?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great stat, but I'm a little bit cautious about sharing it, mate, because if I say it, I'm going to get loads of stick on. I know I've said it, but I'll have to get it out there now. Last time we lost at St Andrews was in 2013, so we have got a pretty good record at Birmingham. Yeah, now I've said it. Now we're all going on Tuesday. You know what's going to happen? 1-0 pending. So, but yeah, no, our record at St Andrews is pretty decent, mate.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. So we're going, aren't we, Ben? So and Angelo. So we'll all be there and to watch it. What do you think team wise, Ben? What are you expecting overall?
As I said, mate, I would anticipate it's going to be the team that finished the game yesterday will be the team that starts. I'm with you.
Negley in the 10. You think Negley will be in the 10 ahead of Cundall?
I think he will. Well, actually, no, I don't think he will. I'm going to change that. And I think it will be Cundall. And I think we've spoken about this a few times. I think certainly away from home and certainly against a side that's going to have more of the ball than us, Alex Neil will prefer Cundall in the 10 because of his off the ball hard work in the 10 in pressing. So I think Cundall will probably play in the 10. Apart from that, I think it will be the side that finished the game yesterday. So yeah, that would be my only change. Would I do it? Possibly, I'd like to see Negley in the 10, but I think Cundall will play in the 10.
I think I'd agree with that. How about you, Angelo?
Okay, so the worrying thing for us is that last season Birmingham didn't lose a game at home the whole season, and this season they've only lost one game at home. So it is a tough place to go. Obviously, their club has got the feel-good factor. They're selling out every single game. They've got these American owners chucking money at it. Yes, they've had a little bit of a sticky patch, but it looks like we're playing them at the wrong time because they've just spanked fucking Portsmouth 4-0, which is not an easy thing to do, to beat Portsmouth 4-0. So it's going to be really, really, really tough, mate. And if I would take a point right now, mate. If you give me a point, I'll take it. As long as we can beat Preston on Saturday, if with all of our injuries and losing our star player, we can go up there and get a gritty point. I'd be quite happy with that. But it's going to be really, really tough. It's going to be a lot tougher than the Oxford game for sure.
Yeah. And they're no mugs at the minute, Preston. I tell you, they're much as I'd fancy us to win that, but they're no mugs. But let's take one game at a time. Let's go. Birmingham. So Georgie's saying they lost 2. I presume is he meaning last season there?
No, it's Port Vale in the cup beat him as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, in the league
this year, you mean?
Yeah, in the league, in the league this year, they've their home record was 1-3, drawn 2, lost 1. Yeah.
Just to caveat that though, Angelo, they've played Sheffield Wednesday, I think, at home. They held them to a 2-2 draw, and they played someone else. I think I saw.
Hull are the team that beat them, but Hull have gone on a mad run, haven't they? They're beating everyone.
Yeah.
There was someone else I thought I saw them play at home. It might have been someone else lower down the league. But yeah, they haven't been sort of blowing teams away apart from Pompey at home. So, I'm with Angelo. I would 100% take a point now.
Yeah. We'll come on to score predictions. But Angelo, just to finish off then, you would prefer Kramer to go right back and bring Taylor in. What do you think Alex will do?
I think Alex Neil will play Wes. Yeah, I think Alex Neil will keep Kramer and Cooper together. Do we bring Brian in? Brian could come in just to give Sturge a rest. You know, it was it's a quick turnaround, isn't it, mate? And Brian should be fit as a fiddle at the moment because he's not been playing a lot. So I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you, mate. I wouldn't mind Brian coming back in because it makes a tough atmosphere up there. It's going to be a packed out stadium. I'm hoping Billy and Casper start. I'm putting Negley in the 10. I'm putting Langstaff up front. I'm putting Ballo on the left. I'm putting Ian just about on the right, but I'm putting Howland on the bench, mate, because Howland can play on that right. And no, actually, I'll put RBW on the right, mate.
Yes,
I will put RBW on the right. So I will do Barlow, Negley, RBW, but I can't see Alex Neil doing this. And I'll put Langstaff up front.
Yeah.
And BFS to come on last 10 minutes and nick it for us.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Look, one of the good things out of this is RBW should get some more game time. I'm not sure he'll be a starter, but he should start to get some more game time, shouldn't he, with these injuries coming on? So I'd imagine Uncle Wes at right back. I think you're right. I think he might bring Brian in at left back, actually, just to give Sturge a little rest and squad rotate. Billy and Casper in the middle, give Del Boy a little rest. But I think the Serb will still start. I'm not sure. Kundal will go in the 10. I'd imagine, as Ben perfectly said, I think off the ball, his work rate's is a lot better than Negley. Not sure on that right side to replace Femi. I wonder will he start a Maku, or will he go maybe RBW? Or you could put Kundal wider, couldn't you, and bring a 10 in? It's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see what he does. Yeah. Put in the chat, guys, what you think. Although the show's coming to an end, it'd be interesting to see what.
Can I just reply to Bobby T here?
Yes.
So Bobby T says that I should be on the manager's bench. Yeah. Bobby. So Bobby, yesterday, me and Joe, we were very, very fortunate to spend 40 minutes with Mark Fairbrother and James Berrison. So we spent 40 minutes with them outside the Oxford Stadium, just talking football for 40 minutes. The greatest two guys, honestly. I'm so happy we got these guys looking after our club. Mark Fairbrother, he is so invested in Millwall, mate. He loves it. He is all in. Do you know what I mean? And it was really, really great to speak to them too. So, and because Bobby, because he watches my analysis, maybe I will. I'll go on the coaching staff. Sleep in there, mate. That'd be great.
Let's start a campaign to get Angelo on the bench. Yeah, with the ball. Angelo, you can have one of them balls, with the thing.
Oh yeah, like the Man United managers doing that Grimsby, breaking his little board. Yeah.
And Ben, do you fancy being set piece? That's
on
the bench
fine,
as well.
Yeah.
The only thing though, Disco, is I'm gonna have to start bloody Joe Zampa in a 10, ain't I, mate? That's the only problem.
Well, you can deal with that. I'll be entertainment's manager, of course. I'll make sure we go somewhere nice afterwards. But what a great team that would be. One thing I would want to say on the back of Bobby T's comment there about mentioning Livermore. I think we talk a lot, or we did earlier in the season, we talked a lot. I've been wanting to say this for a while. We talk a lot about losing a lot of Millwallness with the players that have gone, and we've got, less experienced Millwall type players. I genuinely think Livermore being kept on was a really good move by Alex in terms of that, as well as being allegedly a very good coach. He knows what it takes to be a Millwall player. And let's be honest, anyone that was lucky enough to see him play, he gave you everything. He might not have been the most gifted player, but he gave you everything when he played, old Livermore. So, probably a shrewd move by Alex to have him on the bench, in the coaching squad as well. So, guys, look, we're gonna wrap it up now. I think we should put our predictions in for the Birmingham game. I think we've hinted where we think it's going to be. Ben, do you want to put a score to your prediction?
I will, mate. I'll say 1-1, And I will go with a, dare I say it, BFS goal.
Oh, interesting.
He fucking needs one. He needs one. No, 1-1 I don't care how it comes.
And do we go 1 up or do we get a leveller, you think?
Oh, it's always nice equalising away from home, isn't it? So we take a nice late equaliser or something to take us home with a little bit of joy. Listen, obviously, I hope we can obviously win. But I'm with Andrew. I think it's going to be a tough game Tuesday night. So yeah, definitely take a point. 1-1, mate, for me.
Yes. Yeah, okay, good. Thanks, Ben. Cheers, mate. And look, in the chat, guys, put your score predictions in before we wrap up. Angelo, what's your thinking?
I'm going to give you 2, mate. I'm going to give the head. The head is 1-1. The head is 1-1.
I know what you're giving me. I know what you're giving me head, Angelo. Just a score or 2. Trixie's mum might be listening. You don't want to go down that route. Jesus.
We're getting loads of female listeners now. We got Stephen's mum. We got Beck's mum. We got all the girls that follow Ben. All the girls that follow Ben.
Make me blush again.
Yeah, so my head is the same as Ben, 1-1, and my heart is 2-1, last minute winner, mate. I pray.
Yes, please. Listen, what a way to get that out of our system from yesterday to.
What about you, Disco?
To them. Do you know? I thought about this, and a bit like you, head and heart. Head, a cheeky little 1-0 win, which we've got a bit of history. Sorry, my heart is a 1-0 win. My head, and this is going to be a bit unusual, especially how we've been playing, but with all the disruption, I think 0-0. I think a ball draw, surprisingly, of 2 teams that are scoring quite freely at the moment. But I think a 0-0, but I would take a point. I think I would take a point right now and go into the Preston game with the chance of a win and keeping ourselves nicely tucked in the top 6. You know, I think would be great. Speaking of which, guys, how good was that when we were in second place at one point yesterday? When the table was shown, bloody second place, unbelievable, fantastic.
Oh yeah, Disco, look at this. So George said that some of this info might be from Billy Mitchell's dad. This Femi, the length for the Femi and the Lenny injuries.
Right. Well, look. There's often people who do have contacts and what have you, isn't there? So let's hope Femi's isn't too long, and look, Lenny's as well. But I think it sounds like Lenny's going to be out a little while, and we can probably cope with Lenny's absence a little easier. It'll still be tough, but a little easier than Femi. Femi's massive for us right now, isn't he? So if you had the choice, you'd certainly want him back sooner, most definitely. But yeah, look, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up now. But look, thanks for both joining us tonight. Before we go, any sort of final comments or plugs of any of your shows that you want to do before you finish? Ben, should we start with you?
100 points, 100 goals, mate.
Love it. Good man. Leave it there on a high. Glass half full. I love that, Ben. Well done. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, Ben. Great to see you tonight, mate. Thank you.
Likewise.
Angelo,
Tuesday, mate.
This has got nothing to do with Millwall or nothing to do with Birmingham. I was looking at some stats earlier, right? And I was gobsmacked, yeah? The team with the worst away record in our league currently, right, is Watford, yeah? Do you know who the team in our whole league who's got the best home record in the whole league is? Have a guess.
Charlton.
Swansea.
No. Disco?
I said Charlton, but they've drawn rather than won, haven't they? So I don't think it will be them.
Mate, it's Watford. Watford have got the best. They've got the best home form in the whole championship. As we stand out, I was gobsmacked when I saw that stat. Yeah. And they've got the worst away record. So they've sort of like turned. We played them at the right time, mate. They've turned it around since their new managers. They thumped Middlesbrough yesterday 3-0, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's all right, Angelo. By the time we play them again, mate, they'll have another 4 managers.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, absolutely right.
That's true. But yeah, just a fun little fact that I saw earlier, and I thought, wow, I looked it up and it was true. Yeah. All I want to say is, great show. I've really enjoyed this evening. Get it all off your chest, and looking forward to I'm going up to Birmingham on Tuesday, and look forward to meeting you guys up there as well, the Northern posse. And yeah, listen, let's be positive, mate. 5 games undefeated, 13 points out of 15. We're joint third, and we could go second on Tuesday, you know. So yeah, it's all good. It's all positive in the hood. Let's go for it.
Angelo, brilliant words. What a way to finish. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Can't top that, to be honest. And look, all I'd say is you're right. Yeah, we've got a bit of a Chat with Chaps posse up there, haven't we, on Tuesday? So down there for us, up there for you. Anyone who's going to the game would be delighted to see you and say hello, and show you we are as ugly in the flesh as we are on video as well. Other than Del Piero, of course, he's absolute God. So you'll enjoy meeting him as well. So, guys, I'd just like to thank you all for coming on. Just one last time, please like and subscribe. Put some comments in the YouTube as well. We don't always get a lot of comments after the live shows, so lots of comments that we can sort of read and respond to, but I believe that all goes well to the algorithms as well in terms of raising money for charity, so and obviously for cancer research charity. So please do that as well. But thanks for listening. We hope this little bit of therapeutical hour and a half or hour and 20 has made you feel a little bit better about yesterday, and it will get better, and we'll get it out of our system at Birmingham on Tuesday night, hopefully. But thanks for listening, and we'll see you all very, very soon. All the best. Bye for now. Oh, now I've got to do the exit, haven't I? Where's it not there? Keep chatting, boys. Keep chatting. Keep chatting. End string. Got it. Right.
1 hour later.
A few moments later.
I do it on purpose. It just gets a few extra likes, and all for charity. I do it all for charity, boys. But no, look, thanks for listening, and all the best. Bye for now.
See you later.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison here, and you're listening to Chat with Chaps, chatting Millwall, come rain or shine.